For some reason, this administration is playing really a game. The EPA's mission is to protect human health and the environment. So any regulation is formed with that in mind. Therefore, you have to have the science behind it, saying what is going to be the impact on human health and the environment. The President's attitude toward climate change is somewhat like the ostrich. If you stick your head in the ground, you pretend it's not happening, you don't talk about it, somehow it goes away. It's not happening. That's not going to be the case. The average person sees it. We see it every day happening around us. We know from heat waves, we know from droughts, we know from floods. Scientists have been telling us for years that these are the kinds of consequences you can expect from climate change. People's houses are being destroyed because you get sea level intrusion. People's property values are going down if they've had that nice seafront property, or even on rivers. It's because of sea level rise, because of that intrusion. Besides the fact that the National Security Council under Ronald Reagan took up climate change as a national security issue. So it's real.
But what about the scientists who say it's worse than ever?
You'd have to show me the scientists, because they have a very big political agenda.
When 98% of scientists say this is happening and humans have an impact, we ought to listen. I have always said we didn't cause climate change. The climate has been changing on the Earth since the Earth was formed. But you cannot deny that our activity isn't so exacerbating a natural trend that nature can no longer deal with it. We're building up carbon at a rate that is overwhelming the Earth's ability to handle it. And the result is that we're seeing this sea level rise. We're seeing that the Arctic and the Antarctic losing ice. The Arctic is the canary in the coal mine because it is warming faster than the rest of the planet. And the consequences are very real. They're very expensive. They cost lives, they cost money, they cost jobs. They cost us a lot of money. And we ought to be willing to address it. We can slow it. We can't stop it, but we can slow it. And we can better prepare for what the consequences are of an inevitable trend. You know, it's happening around the world, and by sending a message that we're not part of this, we don't care about it, we're also undermining our ability to get a lot of good new jobs, because the rest of the world is going for that renewable power, and we could be at the forefront of it. We could be very helpful, we could be very innovative. We're a wonderfully innovative country. But for some reason, this administration is playing really a game.
I know that this great country of ours has the ability and the will to build a more prosperous America while meeting our environmental obligations to those who follow us. Mr. President, thank you again very much for this opportunity.